Welcome back, everybody. Happy Thursday. Sheepdog Smokey here. And I heard something while I was having to run to the store just now that got me thinking. And it's rather frightening how easily this happened. You see, for several years, we have seen a push among liberals to close prisons. Of course, everything about them is decried as racist and classist and sexist. They, of course, are wrong, but if you listen to them long enough, the mantra you hear is that only poor minorities are put in prison, which, having been a jailer, I can tell you that's wrong. There were a lot of people there with a lot of money available to them. There were a lot of non-minorities there. You go to jail when you are on trial and not granted bail, and if convicted, you stay there for a time. It's that simple. But with coronavirus, it doesn't happen for flu season, didn't happen for H1N1, SARS, MERS, Ebola, none of it. But for COVID-19, state after state after state is clearing out their prison population. And we're watching as these people reoffend time and time and time again. Meanwhile, a hairdresser in Dallas was put in jail for 7 days for opening her business so she could feed her family. We're seeing more and more every day a push to continue this lockdown until there's a cure. There will never be a cure for a respiratory virus. How long has common influenza, been around? There is no cure. There is only treatment and recovery. And these people saying we won't open until there's a cure know this. They know that that means they will never reopen. And the entire underlying issue for all of this is to completely destroy the country and then seize power as a socialist tyrant. You see, the longer people go without a job, the longer they go without an income, the more likely the masses are to bow to a tyrant when they say, well, if you hand me power, I will pay you. What the tyrant never says is, I'll pay you a pittance and take half back in taxes. What they never say is, you'll work where I tell you to work, when I tell you to work. You'll live where I tell you to live. You'll not have anything I don't deem necessary. It is frightening how easy some states have buckled to this. And you'll notice it's the blue states falling fastest. Governor Jay Inslee should have declared that Antifa was a domestic terrorist organization when they began assaulting people like Andy No, or trying to block entry to government offices. Gavin Newsom and his predecessor, Governor Moonbeam, Jerry Brown, should have done the same in California when they were blocking highways and ransacking and destroying UC Berkeley because a private organization at a private meeting was going to hear a speaker they didn't like. But they don't, because they know they need social unrest to enforce the lockdown. Because when it is finally undeniable that they have blocked the use of a medication that I have not seen many practicing doctors seeing patients that don't say hydroxychloroquine works. Look at the video I posted yesterday with Dr. Yvette Lozano. Point blank says that she had patients come in, she prescribed hydroxychloroquine with azithromycin, and they recovered in 48 hours or less. Until pharmacists told her they were not allowed to fill the prescription without her divulging the diagnosis, which is against HIPAA. And like any good Texan, she found a way to comply with the rules without breaking her oath of doctor-patient confidentiality. We've already seen so much, and there's more coming. The Democrats are determined to keep this lockdown in place until the election happens so that they can mandate remote voting only. And when you have no control over your ballot going into a locked box, then you have no vote. Watch these districts where it's mail-in ballots only and see how fast they go 95% blue. And the Democrats will just crow, well, you see, this is just proof that it was racist to let people come in and vote because they were being asked to show ID. I have to show ID to buy beer, cigarettes, spray paint, super glue, cough medicine. I have to show ID to get into an R-rated movie. I have to carry a government-issued ID card or I'm not allowed to drive. But voting for those who are going to be working for the government at the federal level, representing us, well, no, ID can't be required there. But then look at how fast people lined up for free driver's licenses when New Jersey and California mandated that they would be provided them. And also notice that those states have motor voter laws, meaning the instant that illegal alien got an ID, they were registered to vote. This is a push to cripple the United States such that we won't recover even as fast as we did from 1929. And remember, it took a world war to truly bring our economy back because that was the only way to employ enough people to come out of that. I don't know what else I can say. History clearly shows us what a tyrant is. History clearly shows us the actions and the mindset of a tyrant, how they solidify power, how they set up their moves, how they set up their rise and consolidation and seizing of power. And we're watching it in Washington, D.C., as the Democrats do all they can to steal every seat in Congress they can, so that when one of them says impeach, it just happens. And all of a sudden, there are no conservatives left in government. Everything is mandated as free. Your taxes go to 75+%, and the country is in the grips of a socialist tyrant. I firmly believe that if any of them actually manage this, there will be states that just say, you've declared the Constitution null and void, therefore you've declared the country null and void, therefore we are no longer a part of your country. By and large, the military will agree with that and walk off of their post. But it will not end well. We need desperately to end the political side of teaching. Because at present, students aren't taught the truth about historical tyrants. They're not taught about how to recognize someone abusing their power and to stop them. No, instead they're taught that everything that the liberals want is a right, and those pesky things in the Constitution that liberals don't like, those aren't rights at all. They're taught that speech means whatever the person's doing, whatever they're doing means. Keep in mind that the landmark case in Texas about a flag burner, he was not convicted of burning a flag, he was convicted for stealing it. They're taught that anything and everything is free expression, but that arms, which clearly means firearms, which means weapons, well, that only means muskets, because the founders were too stupid to know that technology would advance. But they were so brilliant, they knew that TikTok would be a thing. We are losing our country piece by piece by piece right now. And every piece we lose is just a tiny bit larger than the last. And it will not end well. We need to end it now. And the only way it's going to end is when these morons are removed from office, either by recall, by the ballot, or when they go too far, by them going to jail for breaking the law. And even that, I don't know would work. I've talked long enough on this. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, be civil. You can be passionate about a point without being moronic, abusive, vulgar, whatever. We can dissent, discuss, and debate like civil adults. So please do so. As always, please like and share the video so that the YouTube algorithm sees what you're watching, so that more people see these videos, so we can grow the channel. You'll want to be subscribed with notifications on so that you are aware of everything as it posts. Until next time, everyone have a wonderful day.